Imagine personally experiencing the torments of fire, then the torture of a sharp and intense cold. First one, then the other, without a moment's relief, all while not knowing how long this must be endured. Well, you would run away from this form of torture and avoid it at all costs. Wouldn't you? Stick around and I will tell you a true story about a man who saw all this while he was dead. He then came back to life, and how what he saw changed his life forever. Howdy, and welcome to America Needs Fatima. My name is Adrian Fonseca, and before we get going, make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell, so that way you never miss out on another story of Mary. Oh, and I was checking our stats, and the majority of people who watch these videos are not subscribed, so make sure you do so right now. And stay tuned to learn how you can help souls in purgatory through the power of the Holy Mass. In England, there lived a Christian man by the name of Drithelm. He fell sick one day and died shortly after, to the great grief of his wife and children. The following day, before his interment, they saw his corpse suddenly return to life. The children ran from the room in fear, as I'm sure I would have done too. But his wife remained, and Drithelm said, "Fear not. It is God who restored me to life. I will live a long time, but my new life will be very different from the old one." Then he arose full of health and went straight to the local church, remaining there for a long time. Returning home, he told his family that from that moment forward, he would live only to prepare himself for death, and advised them to do likewise. He then divided his property into 3 parts, giving one to his children, another to his wife, and reserving the third part to give in alms. Unencumbered by worldly things, Drithelm joined a monastery where he lived a mortified life of prayer. He kept a perpetual silence, but on being pressed to explain what God had shown him after his death, he spoke. "On leaving my body, I was greeted by a kind person whose face was brilliant, and he appeared surrounded with light. He took me to a mysterious deep valley filled with innumerable souls who furiously threw themselves from one side of this deep valley to the other. When they could no longer endure the violence of the fire burning on the one side, they sought relief amidst the ice and snow on the other. But finding only a new torture, they cast themselves again into the midst of the flames. I looked on in a stupor, seeing a multitude of souls suffering immensely without ever having a moment's relief. I became filled with fear. I thought at first that I saw hell, but my guide said, no, this is not hell. This valley is teeming with the souls of those who neglected to confess their sins. Thanks to the special mercy of God, they have had the happiness of sincerely repenting before death. This is why they are not damned. Several of them will obtain their deliverance before the end of time solely by the merits of prayers, alms, and fasts offered by the living, and especially the holy sacrifice of the Mass offered for their relief." Let me stop for a moment there. It needs to be clarified that the place that Drithelm was taken was a place of purification that we Catholics call purgatory. And as a little side note to my Protestant friends, his description of what he saw correlates perfectly with the Holy Scriptures, where Job says, "Let him pass from the snow waters to the excessive heat." And let's not forget about what Our Lady of Fatima said about purgatory. When she appeared to the 3 shepherd children, one of them asked about a village girl who had died. Our Lady answered, "She will be in purgatory until the end of time." The Catholic Church has set aside the entire month of November for centuries as a time to offer special prayers and sacrifices to release these poor souls from purgatory. I found it consoling to hear in Drithelm's own words that these souls can indeed leave purgatory and go to heaven based on what you and I can do for them. But there's more to Drithelm's story. When Drithelm was asked why he voluntarily plunged into frozen water and other austere penances, he replied, "I have seen penances that are still more astonishing." He continued these penances even when weakened with old age until the day he died. As his story was retold throughout England, a great number of sinners, struck by the austerity of his life, became sincerely converted. Yet another sign that his experiences were the work of God, who loves us enough to perform miracles just like this one. Saint Drithelm's extraordinary experience reminds us of the reality of purgatory and the importance of praying for the souls there. As we are in November, the month dedicated to the holy souls in purgatory, let's consider how we can help these souls through the most powerful prayer of all, the Holy Mass. The Church teaches that our prayers, especially the holy sacrifice of the Mass, can greatly assist the faithful departed in their purification. By becoming a child of Mary, you can have a traditional Catholic Mass offered for your intentions every single day. That's 365 Masses a year. You can use these Masses to pray for your loved ones, both living and deceased, and for all the souls in purgatory. Join us in this spiritual work of mercy. Click the link below to become a child of Mary and help souls in their journey to heaven today. Saint Drithelm's extraordinary visions offers a profound glimpse into the reality of purgatory. As he witnessed, purgatory is a temporary state of purification, where souls move between fire and ice, reminding us of the vital need for reparation for sins, both for ourselves and for those suffering there. This vision aligns remarkably with the message of Our Lady of Fatima, who brought to the world centuries later the message of prayer, penance, and amendment of life. At Fatima, Mary revealed to the three shepherd children the reality of hell from which they were spared, and emphasized the existence of purgatory. Recall how Our Lady spoke of a recently deceased village girl, saying that she'll be in purgatory to the end of time. This mirrors Drithelm's guide, who explained that some souls would find deliverance before the end of time through prayers, alms, and masses offered by the living. Just as Saint Drithelm was moved to radically change his life, embracing austerity and penances for the relief of suffering souls, the message of Fatima calls us to similarly act from our devotion. Our Lady urged the children, and through them all of us, to pray, offer sacrifices, and make reparation for the conversion of sinners and for the salvation of souls. Both Saint Drithelm's vision and Our Lady's revelations at Fatima underscore a crucial point. The souls in purgatory rely on our prayers and our sacrifices, and we are called to be instruments of God's mercy and their release. Let us, like the children of Fatima and Saint Drithelm, take up this call to prayer, penance, and reparation. Thank you for joining me for this incredible story. May it inspire us all to live holier lives and to remember the souls in purgatory in our prayers and our masses. May God bless you, and Mary Immaculate keep you under her mantle. God love you. Thanks for watching. I don't know if you've noticed, but we actually don't run ads on this channel. We don't want you to be bombarded with distractions while trying to learn about Our Lady. And because we don't make money from ads, we rely completely on our Child of Mary members to help us to spread the Fatima message all across YouTube. And if you want to help us and receive these spiritual gifts in return, then all you have to do is to click the link in the description box down below to become a Child of Mary. Once you click that link and become a Child of Mary, we will send you this beautiful metal lapel pin. You will also be given a subscription to Crusade magazine, and my favorite, you will have a daily Catholic Mass prayed in your name and for your intentions. And you will also receive this incredible ebook. So, don't wait. Become a Child of Mary today to receive your spiritual gifts and to help us spread devotion to Our Lady all across YouTube. Just click the link in the description to become a child of Mary. God love you.